Happy Chinese New Year, everyone! Today's the first day of Chinese New Year, and I'm gonna go out. It's 11 right now, and I'm gonna go out to have breakfast. Well, actually, it's more like lunch. And this is my fit check. I have a red dress, and I got red earrings. This is pretty nice, and yeah, look at the sun in Guangzhou. Like, it's hitting my face. It's really strong. The sun in Guangzhou is really strong, and that's something that I will never have in Vancouver in the winter. But anyways, Yamcha is an important part of Cantonese culture, and going out for Yamcha on the first day of Chinese New Year is my favorite New Year tradition. That's my cousin's son cutting open a pineapple bun for me. Oh my god, look at the pineapple filling. And of course, I miss having xiaolongbao. During Chinese New Year, small to medium-sized shops are closed for the first 7 days of the New Year. This store had a poster saying they will reopen on the 8th day of the New Year. But big shopping malls remain open, so I spent the early afternoon walking around in the mall, checking out some booths, some glasses, some cameras, and finally getting a bubble tea. Chaji is a fancy Chinese bubble tea brand, and I've heard about its good reputation for a long time. Look, even their receipt is fancy. There's only one thing I don't like. Their small straw is extremely small. After getting bubble tea, I spent the rest of the first day of the new year editing my last video. Yeah, well, that's the real life of a YouTuber. You gotta set aside some time to edit. Let's restart the New Year activities again on the second day. On the second day of Chinese New Year, I went to a big shopping mall called Grandview Plaza in Tianhe district. I got there at 5 p.m. and spent 5 hours there until the mall closed. You might be wondering, how did I spend 5 hours in the mall? Well, the mall is huge. There's so much to see and do, and you're about to find out now. Right outside of the mall, there were some New Year lights. There was a temporary archway with a lot of lanterns on its ceiling. It was a magnificent short hallway leading to the mall. In this hallway, you can see the 12 zodiac signs on the walls and many wish tags hanging underneath them. People wrote their New Year wishes on these tags. After I walked past the hallway and entered the mall, I saw this small decorative setup with electric flowers that could bloom. Then I went to a Huawei flagship store to check out the iconic trifold phone, because I wanted to feel like what it's like to hold a phone that's worth $2,800 US. That's a lot of money. Oh my god, I bet it's so fun to watch films and TVs with a big screen in anywhere. After that, I went to check out some makeup products. Actually, that was my only mission to this mall. Chinese makeup packages are so cute. Look at this lipstick. It is in the shape of a strawberry cake. There are a lot of stores in this mall that sells cute stuff. They always catch your eyes and draw you in. For example, like this figure store. Even if I didn't buy anything from this store, I spent a big chunk of time just walking in this store and checking out all their figures. Look at this cheetah from Zootopia. So if you love cute stuff, you will love the malls in China. They will drain your wallet. Look at all these items. Find a lot of phone cases that are cheap and good for like $3 to $4 instead of $50 to $100, but they're both made in China with the same materials. Yes, those break-a-bank phone cases with an international branding are made in China, but they just sell it with a high price. My most expensive phone case is about $17, and that's the maximum price that I'll pay for a phone case. If you like small gadgets for stimming, check this out. This gadget is to help you decide what to do when you're bored. Should you sleep, read a book, study, etc. Same thing for this gadget. This one is for food. After checking out so many things, I wanted to buy a lot of things, but I don't have that kind of money or storage back home. So I decided to buy this claw clip. It is too cute to not have it. There's also one thing that I loved, but I didn't buy it. And now I keep thinking about it, which is this dumpling bag. It is adorable and it is big. It can hold a lot of stuff when I go out. I gotta say again, this mall is so big that there is one level that has real animal specimens that are air imported from Africa. I love the traffic light for this section. Meanwhile, on another floor, they had some real animals. Yeah, I had no clues what's going on. There were many Chinese New Year decorations inside the mall, and part of one floor was temporarily designed to resemble traditional style architecture and streets to host events and provide space for vendors. When I walked around the booths, I saw one that was selling sugar paintings. Sugar painting is an intangible cultural heritage, and the best part about it is watching the artist drawing in real time in front of you. So, for sugar painting, the artist draws with melted sugar on a marble surface. This booth offers some patterns for you to choose from, and this time I chose Sun Wukong. Once the painting is finished and the sugar is almost solidified again, then the artist places a bamboo stick on the sugar to lift it up. Here is the finished product. Honestly, it's pretty cute. And of course, I took a bunch of photos before eating it. After that, I spent my time walking around on all the floors, checking out more New Year decorations. I must say, I really love the look of many lanterns hanging on the ceilings, or just lanterns in general. I mean, hey, I'm Chinese, and I love this traditional aesthetic. While I was walking around, I found a store that sells hanfu. I'm a bit surprised to find one in the big shopping mall because usually people buy it online. I guess this is a very good indicator that hanfu is getting more appreciation from the public. Because you know, back in the 2000s, if you wear hanfu out in public, people look at you weirdly. I only remember to have dinner when I was about to leave the mall, and it was around 9:30 p.m. So I just picked a restaurant that looked good. Okay, so I guess everyone has probably heard of conveyor belt sushi. But have you ever heard of conveyor belt's hot pot? Because I have not, until now. This was my first time experiencing conveyor belt hot pot. The hot pot ingredients are placed on a conveyor belt, and you can grab the food you like and add it to the hot pot broth you selected from the menu. I really love this kind of small, personal-sized hot pot. And it's easier to find the food that I cooked. Because when you have a big hot pot, you're sharing it with other people, right? But with a small size of hot pot, you know, the food that you picked, it's all in there. After I had my dinner in the mall and left, by the time I hit the street, it was 10:15 p.m. And boy, the city is still alive. The night is still young. I felt stupid immediately because I forgot night market exists in China. I'm so used to the Vancouver lifestyle, you know, everything closes after 9 p.m. or so. Well, since I'm still up, and I still have some room for a drink, so I went and got a lemonade. I wish I didn't eat that full during the dinner, because then I would have room for a dessert. On the third day of Chinese New Year, I woke up late to have brunch. I saw a small street stall near my place. Price here is so affordable. It's 50 cents for a bun, but I like noodles, so I got myself a beef offal noodles. After that, my cousin said there's a nice place I should visit. Bro took me to a museum. Man, I thought I was just gonna do some lightweight traveling, like walking around and taking nice pictures. Bro took me to the Whampoa Anchorage Museum to learn about the tea trade. Well, alrighty then. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the tea trade history. So I think everybody has heard of the Silk Road in China, right? If you don't know what Silk Road is, it's a network of trade routes that connects the ancient China with Europe and the Middle East many years ago. Well, did you know that there was also a Silk Road on water? Yes, there is. It is called Maritime Silk Road. Huangpu district in Guangzhou, also called Whampoa, has one of the oldest ports. Whampoa Anchorage Museum showcases the development process of maritime trade in Guangzhou for more than 2,000 years and the glorious history of Huangpu ancient port from the 17th to 19th centuries when Guangzhou served as the one-stop trading port in China. Back in the 18th century, the Swedish East India Company sent the original Gothenburg ship to Guangzhou to do trading. It's a Swedish ship, so its name is probably pronounced differently. Yeah, I said the original Gothenburg ship because the one you're seeing now in Sweden is a replica. The original one sank in 1745. That's so sad. This is an illustration of how cargo were uploaded onto Gothenburg. This is an exhibit of what the cargo looked like on the ship. This exhibit shows a model of a tea trade negotiation scene. The comprador and Chinese merchants are checking tea samples with the foreign traders to place an order. This list shows the goods imported and exported in Guangzhou in general in the 19th century between 1817 and 1833. The main exports were tea, raw silk, satin, and local cotton cloth. Imports included cotton textiles, raw cotton, opium, and silver. Yes, you heard that correctly. Opium. From 1830 to 1832, tea trade made up as much as 65% of exports, while opium imports skyrocketed around 50% during the same period. And, of course, the infamous Opium War broke out in 1839. And now you know why China bans drugs. This is Huangpu Ancient Port. I cannot imagine back in the day this port had numerous foreign ships. That's what Huangpu Ancient Port looked like back in the Qing Dynasty. Yeah, that definitely looks much bigger than the port today. After visiting the port and the museum, my cousin took me nearby to have some Chinese dessert. I got a double skim milk. This is a Guangdong dessert. If you have never tried it, think of it like a milk pudding. It's good, not too sweet. I feel like this is the most Chinese thing I can ever say. Like, Chinese dessert is not so sweet. That is the highest form of compliment you can give to a dessert. In China, I mean. After the dessert, we biked past the Huangpu ancient village and arrived at Yughe Temple, also known as Bakdai Temple. This is a Taoist temple, and it is dedicated to the god named Bakdai, or Beidi in Mandarin. That's him right there. He is the god of sea. So if you pray to him, he will protect you from harm, from natural disasters, particularly water-related disasters. There are other gods in this temple as well. I absolutely love visiting Chinese temples. I love the traditional decorations and Chinese arts elements in ancient architecture. It is a sensation. Look, even the drain was designed to look like ancient Chinese coin. And look at the rooftop. God damn, the detail is astonishing. So, this is the end of this vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys get to discover China a little bit with me. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.